Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News,
RSN
Podcast. Yeah.
What up?
What's going on, man? We halfway through the week.
Oh, man. We there. I can see the weekend already.
We almost there. All right. So, man, we got some news going on today. So let's start with rap.
All right.
Drake has been called out by certain content creators like Elliott Wilson, academics, for not addressing black issues. Also, Ebro, too, talked about this.
Okay, so I'm guessing
and not being in black culture.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I feel like so this has come after the what's her name? The interview with the
Bobby Alhoff from the Really Good Podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, everybody gonna have an opinion, but you gotta look at it like this. And that's a valid statement, but he's half white. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look at it like that. Like, you can't be like, oh, he's only he's not connecting with the culture, because I mean,
he comes from a different culture. Also, he's not a foundational black American, so
yeah, he's Canadian,
right?
So
his history is different from our history, so he's not gonna fully be involved in black culture, black American culture, because he probably don't care like that.
Okay, here we go. Here's the double-edged sword here. Right. So his perspective, I think, might be different. It's probably more than likely different, right, than ours. But when it comes to the culture as far as selling records and supporting him, that's where it kind of get, you know what I'm saying? That's where it get a little fuzzy at, because then it's like, okay, well, the same culture, you're not,
But, I mean, Drake knows how to make a good ratchet record. What's wrong with that? Why you think him and Future are friends?
That's a good point.
He goes out, he gets Thug, he gets Future. They put on a little Southern bounce beat. And
are you saying Drake is a culture vulture?
No, I'm not saying that. But, I mean, he knows how to make songs that people want to hear.
Yeah, that's true. That's facts. I can't deny that for sure.
Like, I'm not mad at him if he wants to, go to the white media. He's, like you said, he's half white, so he identifies with that. But he does do some black podcasts from time to time.
Yeah, it was never anything that stood out to me. Like, it was never a thing until they recently brought it up. I never thought about it like that. Like, I never paid attention to what he's on, what the race of the host, the shows he's on.
Right.
It's never.
I just always think, it's Drake. He's a megastar, and he's doing an interview, basically.
You think he turned down Elliott Wilson? And that's why I was really, come on, it got to be a backstory on this. Like, he had to, Elliott Wilson, like, hey, Drake, what's up, man? I want to get this new interview in with you. And he's like, I got to go do Bobby's. And then, you know what I'm saying? So then he started this. It got to be some kind of backstory to this.
I don't feel like he's the only one doing that. J. Cole did the same thing.
Yeah, it's more to it. I think somebody in their feelings.
Right. But yeah. All right, Drake, do some more black podcasts. Go on academics.
RSN podcast.
Come to ours too.
Boom.
Okay, so Monica, she was singing on stage and she saw something in the crowd and she jumped.
Yeah, man.
She wasn't crowd surfing. She jumped off stage, went to go fight a man who she saw hit a woman, basically.
Yeah, I saw that video. I was like, oh, yeah, they got the right one. Monica, a real one, man.
That's what they say.
Monica, a real one. I never hung out with her, but I've seen her out. I've seen her in person. We was, I think a year or two, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. We was in the city and at some event, and she came through like she was chilling. Like she had on some sweatpants and some flip flops. She was kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
Just being regular.
Like just being, she Monica. She chilling, man. That was real. She saw a man punch a woman in the face or saw a woman, and she was like, she wasn't having that. Not at her show.
Right.
So
she didn't have music to create that vibe. So it's like,
yeah, that was kind of off, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not supposed to happen at a Monica show.
Like, were you a little too angry to be there? But I'm glad she wasn't hurt in the process of that, because that could have got real dangerous for her. But
yeah, no, for sure. Now I didn't see the guy who hit the woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do you think she sized him up like, if this was to go left, I could take him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a big deal. You think she would have jumped off the stage still?
Yeah, I do, because she just has that type of personality.
Yeah, she seemed like very passionate about what she believes in. Right. So if she thinks something wrong, she gonna handle it.
Yeah. So shout out to her, and glad like nothing else went left from there.
Word.
Talk to us about Chrome 23. Who we got?
Yeah. So everybody, my battle rap fans out there, battle rap supporters, we got Chrome 23, Remy Ma's Battle Rap League. They got a card coming up, I think it's September, and the headline of this one is Easy the Block Captain versus Geechee Gotti. This is gonna be a good one. This is Philly versus Cali. This is gonna be a goodie, man. It was bound to happen. I think I don't know. I can't call who's gonna win this one. But Easy's on a winning streak, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't call who was gonna win it either. But it should be a good one, and hopefully we get a good battle rap out of this.
Yeah, man. Hopefully it's a classic.
Yes, sir. All right, so it is what it is. Had a guest come through this week, Ice Cube. Yeah, so Ice Cube had stopped by, and he was talking about the big three. And basically he was talking about how the NBA is a competitor with him, and he's not able to get funding from certain, like, sponsors since they're a competitor. Like, say, Gatorade or Nike. Yeah. He has to tell them, like, yeah, me and the NBA, we don't get along like that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, I get it. I understand it's competitors and it's business and things like that. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's plenty of opportunity for everybody to work together.
Yeah, that's something he said too. He said there's plenty of like money and like they have conflict of interest because some of them play the same days, right? And he said if we work together, that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's simple as.
So they want beef and he doesn't, basically.
Yeah, because that's a big entity to go up against. Hopefully they get it all worked out. But I mean, it's simple as matching schedules. Like, all right, this is when you want to play. This is when we want to play. Let's not overlap each other. Keep it moving.
Right.
Simple.
But I think they want to be competitors. They don't want him to. It's pretty much. It seems like an uphill battle. Yeah, but he's doing good because Big Three's been around for like 6 years now.
Yeah, man. If I'm not mistaken, they're doing more numbers than television numbers than like other major leagues, and that says a lot. So
yeah, so he's doing good, and hopefully he don't stop no time soon.
Word.
All right, let's get into some news.
Okay.
President of the United States. So Joe Biden signs National Monument Proclamation for Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley. Right? So basically they'll get monuments and they're honoring them.
Well, my first question is, and not to sound insensitive, but why?
Exactly.
Why?
So
what's the motive behind this? There's always a motive.
So over the past few years, Joe Biden has lost a lot of black voter support. So sometimes he does things that seems a little panderish.
What comes to mind?
All right, so let's go there. Yeah, so, people have been pressing him about reparations, and he's basically kind of dodged that talk the whole time.
Yeah, you can't keep dodging it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's going to be his only way to get reelected. Yeah, if that you gotta make it happen. If you don't make it happen, adios.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't see a lot of people feel like he hasn't done much for maybe black men since he's been around. The Democrat Party, they always do a lot for black women, but they don't do as much for black men. And then we're spending so much money. Then we're in a war that we didn't see coming.
Yeah.
And people are pretty much feeling bankrupt. Then there's all these rumors going around what's going on in the White House too.
Like what?
Well, there was cocaine in there.
Oh, man.
But no one knows where it came from.
I don't know what to say after that one. I can't even.
Yeah.
I know what I want to say, but I can't even go there.
Yeah. So without saying too much, it's just you gotta talk the reparations talk. This is my thing, right?
Mm.
And breaking away from him, just talking about strictly about reparations. For me personally, like I do understand like cash reparations, but I don't think that's all that would need to be sent out.
Nah.
I think like what we're missing in Black America, definitely missing more schools, hospitals, and banks. We had that all at one point in time, but during integration, we lost it.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. You can't just give people. Okay. Let me just rewind. You can't give any people who are not financially educated on money.
Right.
What you think gonna happen?
They're gonna gamble it all. And my problem with that is like how fair is it to the people before us and after us, right? Like how does this generation alone just say, hey, give us the money and we all good for what happened?
Yeah, and it's got to be way more to this. We need some land. We need a lot of different things, and it's like even when you talk about the whole reparation thing and how a lot of people say, give us the money. Like we need a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like
We don't have like a
not an individual plan. We need a plan for the people, like for the race, right? Like I feel like a generational plan. Like over time, this is what's gonna be. You know how they do those plans for like schools, like over this amount of time, this amount of money is gonna be allocated into education. That's the kind of planning we need in the communities. So
it's gonna take time. It's just it has to be well thought out to where it helps us and everyone behind us. So it's not like everybody gets like $300,000 and then you just gamble that away and that's the end of that. The money will just end up back in the hands where it already was originally.
Spending habits.
Right.
Where do we spend all the money? not in our community.
Right.
It's giving it right back.
Pretty much. All right. So this happened in Savannah, Georgia. So Rashida Walden, she worked at a restaurant called Flying Fish and Bar and Grill, right?
That's a red flag.
And basically, her bosses there have been casually using racial slurs against her and other black employees.
For how long?
The whole time they've been working there. I don't know
Golly.
the exact time, but they'll come to work and they'll be like, "Hey, and go do this or and go do that," and even even customers have overheard them saying it.
It's terrible, man. I feel like
she went and talked to the owner, Michael McMahon, about it, and he fired her.
He fired her.
Yeah, for standing up for herself.
Yeah, they definitely need a lawsuit. It's crazy because like the fact that that she stayed as long as she did, however long she's been working there.
Yeah.
And dealing with that in those kind of conditions, it just shows you the state that we're in, like the job market, financial situation. Like she went through all of that because clearly she had no other options. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess. But it's like you got to kind of have your dignity. How were you raised? I could never work at a job.
Nah.
Like,
day one?
That's what I mean. Be like, this job blows. I'm out.
You said what?
This job sucks.
You said what?
There's no way I'm sticking around. I'm not gonna let nobody call me that.
Yeah, she should have. First time they called her that, she should have made herself a plate, sat down, and then quit.
For real. It's like it's crazy, and even she said it herself. Working in there, it felt more like 1963 than 2023.
Yeah, at some point you gotta like, you're doing it. I don't want to say you're doing it to yourself, but if you stand in an unsafe or unhealthy environment and you're repeatedly doing it over and over again, it's like at some point it's on you.
Right. It's that was an extremely toxic environment. So, you guys, have some respect for yourself and don't let these people talk to you like that.
Word.
All right, so we had a interesting robbery this weekend. So a man walked into a gas station with an AR-15. He roused the clerk, but there's one thing that stood out about him this whole time.
What?
He had a hoodie on that says "Love Never Fails."
Oh man!
Right on the front place in the on the breast part of the hoodie, it says "Love Never Fails." Right? Then he takes the money, he runs out, and then in big letters it says "Love Never." It says "Love Never Fails" on the back of his hoodie.
Yeah. All right. So listen, Mr. Robber, man, if you're gonna be on a robbing spree, keep wearing that hoodie. I just want to see how long this goes on. The love never fails, Robert.
I mean, I know AR-15s never fail.
Yeah, the love bandit. The love bandit. This is crazy. Well, everybody else, you know what not to do. Do not wear your love never fails hoodies. They're gonna arrest you ASAP.
Yeah, throw that away. It's a wrap.
Oh,
you ruined it for everyone.
This guy here.
All right. So we were talking about the sassy trucker on the last podcast. And I guess Dubai heard everybody talking about her and they responded. So basically it said, hey, she's not in jail right now. She hasn't been in jail, but they didn't go into where she's at. So basically what people are suspecting that she's on some sort of house arrest, basically. Okay. Like she might be in a hotel or whatever, wherever they put her.
Okay.
And she's just not allowed to use the internet. Like I said, Dubai has like the best cybersecurity in the world, so
they making sure she ain't getting logging on enough.
Yeah.
She's not in jail, she's in prison. Oh man.
But yeah, so what she's facing, I think it's like a $5,000 fine and up to a year in jail.
Dang. She better pay the fine.
Right. But, this is where like empathy kind of sticks in. It's going into like overkill, basically, to me personally. Because, I've yelled at people. I've yelled at bartenders. I've yelled at cashiers. I've yelled at customers. And in America, you can do that. We're allowed to. So I wasn't thrown in jail for yelling. It would be kind of unbelievable to be.
You said she's an influencer, right?
Yeah.
Shame on all of you who follow her. Y'all should have went over there and got her out of there. What's wrong with y'all?
I guess
pay her bell.
They don't love her like that.
Hey man, when it get real, you see who really down for you.
Only her mama.
Only her mama.
It always comes down to mama, bro.
Yeah. That sound like a Amigos ad-lib. Mama. Ay.
But yeah, hopefully she works it out. Like I said, it's kind of becoming overkill now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's go to sports. Some sad news, man. So Bronny was working out this week and he went into cardiac arrest. That surprised the hell out of me.
Yeah, me too, man. I was talking to my dad when he told me about it. He was like, "You saw what happened to Bronny?" I said, "What happened to Bronny?" I thought he did something good. And I saw it, and he's like, he went into cardiac arrest, and I was like, "Oh man, it's terrible because it's such a scary thing after the Bills player last year, Shaq's son had issues. It's such a freak incident that it's like mentally, it's almost like how do you overcome that when next time you're on the court? You know what I'm saying? Like when you play a sport or anything, like what specifically when you play a sport, you try to play with your mind free. You try to play without worrying about things. You play freely is what I was looking for in my mind. Mm-hmm. But I feel like hopefully that doesn't affect him mentally when he's on the court, thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he gets back to his normal strength because it's just good that it wasn't like something weird. Like when I first heard it, I was like, damn, was he at a party or something like that? Mm-hmm. That's where my initial thought went to. But then finding out he was just working out and that happened, it's like, okay, well, something happened. Hopefully they can work it out and figure out what went wrong and get him back to where he needs to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, with the resources he has available to himself with USC and their staff and, of course, his father, I'm sure they're going to run all the tests and find out everything to make sure, they have the precautions to avoid this.
Yeah, in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Heal up, Bronny. Get some rest. Chill out. and get back to your full strength.
Word.
All right, so Florida A&M University, they suspended all the football activities for a little while.
Man, they took us back 300 years.
So Boston Richie was at FAMU and he shot a music video, and they found out that he did it, and then they see all the FAMU stuff in the video, and they're like, yeah, everybody suspended. This is the thing, though. I really like the song. I like the song, man.
There's no way they was going to get away with that. There's no way possible. All the stuff the dude was saying in the song, there's no way possible the school is going to let that rock.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? They didn't show any weapons in it. I don't think that they didn't have no chicks twerking in it. It was just the football team and Boston Richie rapping.
Yeah.
And then cut scenes of him and his friends outside somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they shouldn't have suspended the football team, but they should have maybe.
Because even the coaches caught it too.
Dang. Yeah, I don't. You can't really. Dang. Okay, so do you think it was a situation where if they would have asked, they knew they was gonna say no, kind of thing?
I don't think so, because Boston Richie performed at their homecoming last year.
We need answers, FAMU. We need answers.
See, this is the weird thing, right? There was an incident with a chick. She was at one of these colleges. I forgot where, but she took a picture naked, and they knew which college it was. And they got mad at her about it, but they still, let her stay. They didn't really punish her like that. But these guys, they shoot a music video. And, of course, they're men. It's fine. They come down harder on men when situations happen. But it's like
or is it?
They do. That's what happens.
No, I thought you said it's fine for them to come down harder on men.
They're going to anyway.
Yeah, they're going to.
Suspected. Like, I already know you're going to do that.
Equal rights.
I don't know if we'll ever be egalitarian like that, but at least not here in America. But it's like, where do you draw the line at, though? What's okay and what's not okay? How far is too far? Because I feel like shooting a rap video isn't as bad as, like, you making basically OF content.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely not the same. I think they overdid it. And I don't know if they were just trying to prove a point, make an example, whatever. A lot of, I don't agree with a lot of things they do in Florida. Sorry, Florida people. But Floridians, I lived there before. But,
Florida man.
I don't agree with a lot of things. So I'm not surprised too much that it's Florida. But, it wasn't fair at all.
Yeah. And this is why you guys need black media. So when these things happen, we can call it out and help you. This is why y'all need to support people who are in black media.
Oh, snap. We're black.
And we're in media. All right. So talk to us about Travis Kelce.
Oh, man. Travis Kelce. So the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, apparently shot his shot
at Taylor
Swift of all people. So I'm gonna tell y'all what it says. So he said, Travis Kelce said, I wanted to give Taylor Swift a friendship bracelet with my number on it. She didn't want to meet me, so I took it personal.
Yeah, Taylor curved him.
Oh man, come on, man. So this is the thing with this. All right, Travis Kelce's famous. A lot of people know who he is. But if you don't watch football, you don't know who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows who Taylor Swift is.
Everyone.
It's understandable she don't know who you is, man. You look like a big, tall dude.
Right.
She's like,
nah, no thank you. You don't look like someone I'll write a song about.
Yeah. Yeah, she shot him down for sure. Speaking of Travis Kelce, it was a funny clip of him I saw at the ESPY Awards when Lil Wayne was performing, I think a Millie or something, and he was behind him when Wayne went in the crowd being his hype man, getting all hype. I should post that. I should post that and tag Taylor Swift in it.
Right. It's funny because when I think of Taylor Swift, I always think about when she says she doesn't wash her legs.
I missed that part.
Yeah, she said that.
She don't wash her legs.
She says she washes her body, but she doesn't wash her legs.
How you wash your body but not wash your legs?
So there's someone for everybody out here. Travis Kelce, like them girls that don't wash their legs.
Oh, man.
Jaylen Brown just signed a big deal, man.
Yeah, man. Jaylen Brown, Boston Celtics, NBA. I don't know if it might be it got to be one of the biggest deals ever. Highest for a player in NBA, highest paid deals. He's getting $304 million for 5 years.
Ooh.
Sheesh. And it's going to be spread out, I think, throughout 5 years. And each year, like, the pay goes up. So it's like 1 year it starts off, I think it's like 56 point something million. And each year it goes all the way up to like 60 something million.
Nice.
Yeah. So for 5 years, that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah. You bring some rings to Boston with that type of money.
He better. He better bring some rings to. See, I'm saying rings. That kind of money.
Let's see what happens. We'll be here to watch.
Word.
All right. So you wanna end on this rap album of 99? Best rap album of 99?
What's the options?
All right, so we got Rakim the Master, DMX, and then there was X, Most Def, Black on Both Sides, and Notorious B.I.G. Born Again.
Okay, so I'm guessing what the poll had is number one, or am I guessing what I pick is number one?
Which one would you pick? I actually didn't get the percentage on this one, so I don't know.
DMX.
Actually, I do know who they picked. So I picked DMX too. Everybody else picked Biggie. But this is the thing, right? Do people just feel like at this point they have to pick Biggie? Because when I think back to that time, I feel like, everyone was still sad. It was 99. Big had been dead for like 2 years, so.
Yeah, I feel like.
I think X's album was actually better.
I think sometimes, like you said, when artists that passed away, or we could call it legacy artists, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it feels like, sometimes I think people feel like they're obligated. They're obligated to pick it. Like, I saw another poll, and I think it was like somebody in Tupac. And of course, and I forgot who the person was, but I would have picked Tupac. But I'm saying if it was like not Nas, if it was somebody else, you know what I'm saying, who I felt like the album was better at the time, I feel like I would have been obligated still to pick Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get that.
I think the only artist I could really pick over Tupac is Jay-Z.
As far as album wise or just general, just overall?
Just overall. Because Jay-Z, I'm just biased in Jay-Z's direction. I like his music more.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that. Disagree with that.
All right, guys. If you made it to the end, we thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
My name is Canary Balance.
Slyce.
Peace.
Boop.